Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton, and here's the news for August 19th, 2022. The full lineup for Halloween Horror Nights 31 at Universal Studios Florida has been released, including 10 houses, 2 shows, and 5 scare zones. Well, first up, The Weekend. Prepare to enter the macabre mind of The Weekend in this haunted house as he stalks your squad through the surreal nightmare of his after-hours music. A slasher carving a smile at an otherworldly rave, bandaged maniacs performing extreme plastic surgery, a grotesque mannequin masquerade. His nightmare is now yours. Next is Halloween. Gather your friends and visit Haddonfield, Illinois, where Michael Myers is about to don his mask and embark on his first brutal spree. Silent, merciless, relentless, he's the embodiment of pure evil. You don't want to go alone as you go back to where it all began. This year, step into the original 1978 horror classic, Halloween. The Horrors of Blumhouse step inside a new double feature of Blumhouse horror. Your Scream squad will find yourselves trapped between a frantic teen and the ruthless serial killer she swapped bodies with in Freaky. Then you'll try to make a desperate escape from the dark basement of The Grabber before you become his latest victim in the terrifying The Black Phone. Universal Monsters Legends collide. Well, if you thought one Universal monster was scary, how about 3? Better summon your Scream squad because you're about to get caught in the middle of an epic battle between the Wolfman, Dracula, and the Mummy together for the first time ever. Their mission, to find the amulet that will break their curse, and they'll destroy anyone who gets in their way. Spirits of the Coven, a coven of beautiful flapper witches, will lure you into their 1920s speakeasy, reveal their haggish true form, and turn your Scream squad into a witch's brew. They'll be cackling, you'll be screaming. Bugs eaten alive. Nope, not doing this one. While touring a 1950s home of the future, you'll be surrounded by the slime of bugs everywhere as hordes of many-legged terrors descend upon you and your Scream squad. You'll be dropping like flies. Fiesta de Chupacabras. Visit a Latin American village where the legend of the creature Chupacabras is celebrated with a colorful fiesta. And the streets are lined with the crimson blood of tourists like you and your amigos. Hellblock Horror. Enter a prison whose savage inmates are monstrous creatures. If they break free from their cells, it's a death sentence for anyone. Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake. In a New England fishing village, undead fishermen emerge from the waves to seek their revenge. You and your Scream squad may have escaped their hooks in the scare zone, but now they'll reel you in and drag you under. Finally, Descendants of Destruction. Careful not to leave any of your Scream squad behind as you descend the subway tunnels of a deserted New York City. Lurking in the dark are hungry mutants looking to feast on the last remnants of humanity. Halloween Horror Nights will also feature the show's Halloween Nightmare Fuel Wildfire and Ghoulish, A Halloween Tale. The scare zones were also announced. Horrors of Halloween. The Pumpkin Lord, the spirit of Halloween, has taken over the year's event, summoning hordes of fiendish creatures. Terror has taken root. This scare zone is a sequel to the 2021 house, The Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin, which ended with the rise of the Pumpkin Lord. This is likely located in Production Central, where the jack-o'-lanterns from the facade, including Little Boo, have taken up residence. And then we have Scarecrow, Cursed Soil. At an abandoned farm, scarecrows have risen from the crust of the earth to hunt you and seek revenge. They'll harvest your screams. Sweet Revenge, the sweets from Major Sweets Candy Company, have turned children into crazed killers. This Halloween's all trick and no treat and total mayhem. You'll find Sweet Revenge in New York, where Major Sweets' truck, his candy truck, and his products have already started to appear. Graveyard Deadly Unrest. On All Hallows Eve, a dark storm descends upon a cemetery and awakens long dead spirits. No one living can escape them. Stumble upon Nettlewood Cemetery and face the horror in Hollywood, and finally conjure the dark. On the first All Hallows Eve, an evil sorceress called forth monstrosities from dark dimensions. Now your blood will fuel them. Sets for this zone have begun to appear in San Francisco. More Halloween Horror Nights 22 apparel is available now at All Hallows Eve Boutique in Universal's Islands of Adventure. The first wave of this collection arrived earlier this month. This black button-up has an all-over pattern of Universal monsters, including Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, and Michael Myers. It sells for $70. A new Halloween Horror Nights tee is black with a skeletal woman on the front with black hair and a red dress. Skulls and red flowers are around her. This one sells for $35. And finally, a Halloween Horror Nights hoodie. This hoodie has a more cutesy type design with a retro cat, little boo, and a skull on the front. It's $40. Only the Magi can save you now from this new UOAP exclusive pass holder magnet, now available at Universal Orlando Resort. The new UOAP pass holder magnet features a white text on blue background design with a scarab icon taking over the O symbol this time. The background seems somewhat plain compared to previous designs. Universal Orlando annual pass holders can pick up this magnet as part of their pass holder appreciation days at UOAP Lounge in Hollywood section of Universal Studios Florida, or Toon Extra in Toon Lagoon at Islands of Adventure. The Jurassic World Velocicoaster wooden train model is back in stock at Universal Orlando Resort after being pulled from shelves because of an early release. A fully assembled model is on display in the Universal Studios store at City Walk. The model includes a full train and a stretch of track. Jurassic World Velocicoaster is burned into the base pieces. The model comes in a wooden crate and retails for $150. The Terror Tram is coming back this year to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. It will feature Jordan Peele's films Nope and Us. The Jupiter's Claim set from Nope has already opened as part of the regular world-famous studio tour. In addition to the return of the Terror Tram, Universal Studios Hollywood has also released their full lineup of haunted houses, scare zones, and other experiences for Halloween Horror Nights 2022. There will be another house for the weekend, that one for Halloween. The Horrors of Blumhouse and Universal Monsters Legends collide with similar themes to those in Orlando. In addition, fans can expect to see Killer Clowns from Outer Space. MGM's Killer Clowns from Outer Space traps guests in a frightening funhouse of murderous clown-like creatures. La Llorona, which we've discussed on previous shows, is getting house La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, which features the legend of La Llorona, who comes to life to terrorize the living as she mourns the children she murdered. Scarecrow the Reaping finds that Mother Nature's retribution against the homesteaders for their sins of the past will be carried out by the farmland scarecrows, who have remained mute witnesses and are now guardians of destruction for anyone who crosses their path. And finally, Universal Horror Hotel, which lives up to its reputation as the original owner, who was executed years ago for his dastardly deeds, and he continues to haunt the place today. And guests must escape this vengeful spirit or risk becoming a permanent resident. Now for the scare zones, El Pueblo del Terror is an extension of La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, as the horror continues once guests exit the haunted house and discover there is no escaping the frightening legend, along with other supernatural characters from Latin America's most frightening myths. Sideshow Slaughterhouse turns New York Street into a battle zone as the performers and workers from a seedy carnival sideshow are on a murderous rampage. Clown Saws features a demonic troupe of clowns who band together to terrorize guests with chainsaws as they enter the park. As far as entertainment goes, award-winning hip-hop dance crew Jabberwockies brings an all-new high-energy show nightly to this year's event, featuring their gravity-defying dance moves, special effects, and pulse-pounding music. Guests can also revel at select theme park attractions open during the run of the event, including Jurassic World The Ride, Transformers The Ride 3D, Revenge of the Mummy The Ride, and Simpsons The Ride. Death Eaters will also appear in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood for the first time during Halloween Horror Nights 22. This year, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, including attractions Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff, will be open during Halloween Horror Nights. Death Eaters, Voldemort's followers, will roam Hogsmeade Village looking to find more wizards loyal to the Dark Lord's cause. Also, not to be left out, Pass Member Appreciation Days have begun at Universal Studios Hollywood, and Pass members can now get their hands on one of these, a Minion magnet. The magnet features the iconic eye from a Minion, as well as Universal Studios Hollywood Pass member across the top. These magnets are free to Pass members. They can be claimed at the Universal Studios store, and a current pass will be required to prove that you're a pass holder, I guess. Pass Member Appreciation Days will take place from August 16th through September 30th. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For more information about these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
From WDWNT TV, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.